For our closing general session, please welcome Cameron and Tyler Winklevoss, the principals of Winklevoss Capital.
Good afternoon. I'm Tyler. And I'm Cameron. And after this presentation, you'll be given a quiz on who is who. So please pay attention. You'll get a Bitcoin if you get it right. We're here to talk about money. Our premise is that money is broken, but its future isn't. First, let's understand money. So why exactly do we have money anyway? Before money, all trade relied on a system of barter, where individuals would exchange goods and services for goods and services. This is otherwise known as an in-kind transfer, or in financial terms, a swap. What happens if I want what you want, but you don't want what I have? This is called a trade deadlock, or the coincidence of wants dilemma, whereby two people must want what each other have, otherwise trade will not occur. As we can see, the trade system has a lot of limitations. Other limitations are portability. It's pretty difficult to bring oxen to the market every time we want to trade. It's also pretty difficult to trade half of a horse. You could try, but it might be a little messy. There's also no common measure of value, and storage is difficult. Horses might die, fruits might perish. Your crop will not be around 5 years from now to trade. So the invention is a common medium of exchange, which we colloquially refer to as money. So circling back to our original question, we have money because it solves a fundamental trade problem. Okay, so in order to sort of what does money need to be? And in order, elements are 1, scarce, 2, divisible, 3, storable, 4, durable, 5, fungible, 6, verifiable, 7, portable, 8, difficult to counterfeit, and 9, widely accepted. So what could we use for money in a pre-industrial world? Let's go to the periodic table of elements to see what was around. Money can't be a gas, otherwise it would leak out of your piggy bank. Because of this, we can disqualify 11 elements, including the noble gases right away. Money can also not be reactive or corrosive, otherwise it would spontaneously explode in your hand or rust. So we can strike 38 other elements, including pure lithium, which ignites when exposed to air, and air or water, and iron, which rusts. Money can't be radioactive, otherwise it would radiate away or eventually kill you. And if you think inflation's bad, try radiating it away. As a result, we can knock another 38 elements, such as promethium and einsteinium, off of this chart. We're starting to narrow it down. So money must be rare, but not too rare. As a result, another 26 elements are disqualified because copper is too abundant, and an element such as osmium only comes to Earth via meteorites. So that leaves us with rhodium, palladium, platinum, silver, and gold. And of these, rhodium and palladium weren't discovered until the 1880s. Platinum's melting point would have been too high for pre-industrial furnaces, so that takes platinum off the list. And we're left with gold and silver. They're strong contenders, except for silver tarnishes easily. And silver also has way too much industrial application. Believe it or not, being too useful outside of money is a bug. Gold, however, is just useless enough. So this leaves us with gold as our best bet for money, with silver being our only runner-up. The insight here is if we were to replay history over, gold would emerge as beta money version 1.0 every time. So why don't we use gold as money or for money today? Because we built better versions of money. When you look at portability, divisibility, storability, fungibility, and difficulty to counterfeit, gold is good. We'll see that paper is better. And computer bits are best. We can also look at how money has become physical, less physical, and almost entirely digital. As we've made money less physical, we've optimized a lot of its parameters. Originally hardware, money is primarily digital software, and even it's becoming smart and programmable. Looking at this money matrix, we can see how money has evolved and also how diverse it can be. It can be minerals, plants, metals, alloys, paper, electronic, digital, electronic, virtual, centralized, decentralized, smart, by the time we get to cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and altcoins. Sort of a hard table to wrap your head around, but when you understand that these are all the possibilities, not the only possibilities, but some of the possibilities of money, and start to understand it better. So the takeaways. 1, money is a 10,000-year-old invention. Government-backed paper money, otherwise known as fiat, is a 40-year-old iteration on this technology. 3, money made of precious metals is no more real than money made of paper or of computer bits. 4, the idea of money as being something physical is entirely a fiction. We may be used to seeing money in briefcases in the movies or gold in the vaults of Scrooge McDuck's vault on DuckTales, but that's not really how most of our money is today. It's digital. And it has been for over 50 years. Bitcoin's the world's first programmable money or smart money. Cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin have unique intrinsic technological value when compared to all other money technologies. This gives cryptocurrencies unprecedented money potential. So going back to our thesis, money is, and always has been, a technology that facilitates trade. It does so by helping us exchange value. That is to say, it reduces trade friction. But today, money is no longer facilitating trade. It's actually holding it back. So how exactly did this happen? 60 years ago, technologists built the largest data exchange network in the world. We know this network today as the internet or the World Wide Web, which transfers data packets using specific communication protocols developed over time. These protocol layers all work in tandem, and we can think of them as the first, middle, and last miles of data transfer. Internet protocols are usually broken into 4 layers. 1, the link layer, puts packets on the network. We know them as Ethernet, DSL ISDNs. The network layer, which routes packets over the network. The transport layer, which establishes routes on the network. And the application layer, which delivers us web pages, emails, files, and voice. That's the most familiar protocol layer that we have, and ones like HTTP, SMTP, FTP, RTP are pretty widely known. Do you want to do a dilemma?
Sure.
Yeah. So we have a dilemma. Problem is, the network's become very good at exchanging data, but it has no way of exchanging value. As a result, all components of trade have become truly global except for money. The solution, of course, is we need to create better money. Another way of looking at this is something called money over IP. The internet needs a value transfer protocol that can transfer digital assets between end users. In other words, the internet needs internet money. The good news is the internet already has internet money. We have a value transfer protocol known as Bitcoin capital B, and digital assets that transact on this protocol called Bitcoin lowercase b. They're often confused, but they're two different things. The better news is there's a new proposal called PEG sidechains, which allow for other transfer protocols to run parallel to the Bitcoin protocol and harness its security and growing infrastructure. Entirely new application-specific coins can transfer on these parallel protocols, which are secured by the Bitcoin protocol. This means that Bitcoins would become the global crypto reserve currency from which users can jump in and out of these other app coins depending on their value transfer needs. All right, so what does this all mean? Future of trade. Soon, money will no longer hold trade back. It will actually propel it forward. By allowing cryptographically proven nano-transactions, AppCoins will open new vistas of trade previously unimaginable. Not only will it facilitate trade between humans, they will also enable trade between machines. Computers will soon interact intelligently to reduce network congestion and allocate scarce resources accordingly. So let's look at a few examples. A server might require a user to send email coin in an effort to weed out spam. So if you think of a small piece of value that a user sends to basically create trust with that server, that's not prohibitive, but for a spammer who's sending billions of email, that adds up and becomes prohibitively expensive. Another example is DDoS coin, where effectively a user that wants to interact with a server to get a website would have to give a small piece of DDoS coin. And this would basically single that user out as a trusted user that's okay to interact, as opposed to a malicious attacker and basically thwart a denial of service attack. Storage coin could also be rewarded to computers that dedicate storage capacity to the network. OpenCoin would be rewarded to developers based on contributions to open source projects. This new ability to transfer value will fundamentally change the neurological pathways of the internet forever. In the future, AppCoins will enable the first forms of artificial life called autonomous agents. Machines today cannot open a bank account, but they can surely plug into protocols and become rational economic actors. A new trade network will emerge on which these machines or autonomous agents will bid for services, work, and be hired. So how will this affect our daily lives? Self-driving cars will pick us up from our house and take us for work that we've paid for and hired on the trade network. A drone that we've hired to bring us sunscreen on the beach will do so, being paid in AppCoins. And it will buy that sunscreen from an automated kiosk before it brings it to us. On your trip in your self-driving taxi, your taxi, unbeknownst to you, or without you seeing it, will be constantly negotiating with roads that offer it road space, and will be using RoadCoin. It will use SpeedCoin to tell other self-driving taxis to get out of the way if you're late for work. Agents who are profitable will use their profits to purchase new hardware and software to spawn children agents. Soon, a fleet or a family of agents will grow, and what will form will be an autonomous corporation led by the parent agent. Agents and corporations won't just proliferate uncontrollably. They'll be subject to laws of supply and demand and market competition. They will reach some equilibrium, so don't be worried that this will be some sort of bad sci-fi movie. Ones that are bad or unprofitable will be shut down, deleted, go into hibernation, or reformatted and sold in bankruptcy proceedings to other agents who buy them. Agents can be viewed as public goods whereby no one profits directly, but everyone profits indirectly. So how exactly will we fund these goods? Taxation currently is not efficient enough, it wouldn't work, but lightweight assurance contracts would. People could send pledge coins to predefined escrow accounts that when targets were reached would release funds to create the agreed upon agent. And if those targets weren't met, the pledge coin would be quickly returned or automatically returned back to the pledgees. In the future, entire sectors of public goods will be built out using these digital assurance contracts. Want a better taxi? Just create an assurance digital contract. If we fix money, the computer bits are the limit. Thank you.
Thank you, Cameron and Tyler.